Welcome back to Space Cadets. Now, in a little while, I'm going to be doing something which might well compromise the whole show. It's a high-risk strategy. On the other side of this hangar door, that's not a wall. I know it looks like a corrugated iron wall. It's not. It's a massive sliding door for what was a hangar where they used to test jets down here. But in there is the shuttle, and I'm going to go in there. What's so great about that, you're asking? You were in there yesterday. Well, the difference is, tonight I'm going to go the extra yard and actually enter the shuttle, the laboratory bit of the shuttle at the back, through a concealed door where you might have seen Sarah do an earpiece manoeuvre a bit earlier. And I'm going to have a nice little chinwag with actor cadet Charlie and the actor pilot Drew Dawson. What could possibly go wrong? Let's just see if they're lined up there. The two of them should be... there we go, there's Charlie. Hopefully we can get him and pilot Dawson in the back bit, separated from the other. Hopefully jam the door so the others can't come through. But it is going to be quite risky. We need the two of them to go through there. Now, if my mission into the lab is going to succeed, we'll have to keep Paul out. He, more than anyone, has enjoyed the experimental work in there and seems to have taken it upon himself to push the scientific barriers with some tests of his own. There's Charlie there. I really need him to sort of separate in there and get away from Paul. But anyway, test one, getting his own back on Charlie for miscounting his press-ups. Test two, the amazing phenomenon of, well, you saw it a bit earlier and it was extraordinary. Fruit preservation in space. Could be very tense.
It's 3 a.m. and despite the fact they're supposed to be sleeping in shifts of 3, everyone has gone to bed, apart from cosmonaut Paul, who's having to entertain himself.
I just did an experiment. I ate this apple half an hour ago, and at home this would be black a lot easier, well, I suppose more quickly than here in space. But so there's an experiment for you. Less bacteria, I suppose. In a way, there'd be less. I don't know if there's filters or something. But carbon dioxide, no, that carbon dioxide wouldn't. That's the bad air that we breathe out. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask Drew. Constant airflow of clean air and no bacteria has caused this apple not to go off so quickly. Should we do another Paul French experiment? It's another experiment. This is a really good experiment. This here is freeze-dried ice cream, which actually I'm about to taste. And the experiment goes like this. So here's the experiment. That's right. I'm going to take another piece. This is the chocolate now. And the experiment is this. How long will it take for Charlie to realise I've ate his ice cream? Starting from now.
I'm in the control room now and I'm about to go into that room there and then into the shuttle. It's a risky one, could blow the whole game. The walls of the shuttle are paper thin. Well, they're MDF thin, and I could easily be heard. I'm going to have to speak really quietly, which Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'll be candid. It's not something I'm particularly known for. In fact, I'm known as quite a loud person. Added to that, the floor is littered with kit and equipment and wires. We'll have to go in using infrared cameras, and I rather fear I might be wearing my clumsy shoes. So why am I doing it? Because it's there, and Charlie and Drew are expecting me. Okay, here goes. Could you stop movement on it, because else I'll get sick? Okay. You're right, Cadets. How are you? Well, nice to meet you, Drew.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Again, Charlie. I haven't seen you since the airport. Okay. How are you both coping with life aboard the shuttle generally, Drew? How are you coping?
Pretty well so far. It's a lot easier today than it was yesterday. We're kind of settling in.
Were you surprised that the cadets fell for the takeoff? I mean, so dramatically.
I wasn't going to be surprised if they did until the sound kept going, or the sound cut out, and the motion kept going.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh no, it's gone. That's it. You know, they're going to abort, or they're going to sit there and go, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And somebody's going to come in and go, sorry folks, it's a TV show. But then, you know, we kind of just hiccuped for a bit, and then we covered, and then the sound started back up, thank God, and
Oh, God, what a moment.
we were.
Charlie,
I didn't know about that.
Charlie, I've looked at you, and for a couple of seconds you've had this look of real astonishment at your face, and I'm thinking, are there doubts in his mind about, have they actually sent me into space here? Or is he thinking, this is amazing, or is it, what's going through your mind when you look that staggered? Is it just acting?
I had that. No, I had the thought that it's a double bluff, and they have put. And I know that sounds like, because my brain has been doing all sorts of flip-flops the whole time. Yeah. It did cross my mind that it was an elaborate thing, and that I was actually in space, and that it was a kind of anti-meta joke. And anyway,
meta joke.
Yeah, but do you know that I just didn't know until now that the beginning was a fuck up. I assumed it was, because it all went a bit weird, and I was trying to distract the others, sort of lamely, by pretending to be a little bit more scared than I was. Although I ended up being quite scared at one point when we were sort of going there.
But your face when we saw Earth for the first time, I mean, your face was amazing. I mean, you really did look staggered. It was blinding acting. But
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Were you amazed at the special effects, though, slightly?
Yes.
I mean, is it easy to kind of be amazed? Because
Yes.
it is quite amazing.
Yes. No. Well, it's always easier when you can be genuine. You know, when. Because it is amazing. The whole thing is amazing. So I'm constantly amazed and baffled anyway. So it's very easy to play amazed and baffled. So yeah, when I saw it, that was stunning. I mean, as I said, I was humbled.
I have a theory, which is, you know, when you see those shows about hypnotists on telly. You know, I've never been hypnotised myself, but I've got a couple of mates that have been hypnotised at various stages on those things, and they say all the while you're doing it, you kind of know the truth, but something drives you on. But something inside knows you're not really a dog.
Definitely.
You know, pissing up against round the stage and stuff. But yet, because of the group dynamic, you're kind of forced to behave in that way. Is there a little bit of that here? Do you think
there's a lot of that?
You think there's a lot of?
Yeah. I think that they're constantly be having the lie reinforced. Like the Richard and Judy thing was stunning.
Yeah.
It was that just hammered their heads again and again against the wall. The Queen, you know, following it. They're so completely believe, and yet at the same time they don't. There's their brain. There's a voice in their head screaming and screaming and screaming and going, "We're in a simulator. This isn't real. We're on the ground." They keep saying little things, and little words keep seeping out.
It's like
Their bodies are trying to tell them.
Yes.
It's like your mind's telling you yes, but your body telling you no, as R. Kelly once said.
Yes,
But it's kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think they're going to take it? That's what I want to know. Because I spoke to their friends and family yesterday, and they were like, they'll be fine. They're here because they've got a sense of humour. They're practical jokers, and they'll be that I knew it kind of moments. But what do you think?
but-
I knew it. I said it more than.
But it's like, essentially, I keep looking at hatches.
I know. Is that long?
Yeah. Essentially, they're going to be deprogrammed like that, which is, not usually when people are sort of indoctrinated into a massive cult, which is kind of what this is. It takes them a long while to get deprogrammed. They're just going to literally have, oh fuck, where am I? Like that.
Yeah.
And I think that they might have a kind of just 10-minute period where they can't really stand up.
Yeah. It's like
yeah.
when you've been on a ship or something, you get on the harbour. What I'm amazed at, because the cameras move exactly in time, you can't see there how much this thing's moving. I mean, this is like being on a rough little ferry or something, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
If you sit in the bunk that lies over the hatch, going to the cockpit, it's suddenly like you're attached to a really creaky hut in a storm.
No, it reminds me actually of like when I flew Aeroflot once to Bangkok, the Russian airline. And it was moving like this kind of constantly, and you go, when you're waiting for the loo, it's that kind of feeling of mild turbulence, isn't it? Do you know what you're saying, though, really, Charlie, is about how they react? Is the trouble with space travel, real or invented, is sooner or later you've got to come back down to Earth, and they're going to come back to Earth instantly, whereas the others obviously get the chance to. And that's the thing, isn't it? Okay, listen, Dawson.
Thank you very much. Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much,
Charlie. Loving your work, man. Really loving your work.
Thank you.
Okay, do you know what? That's about it for now. It's time for me to get out of here and Charlie and Drew to return to the cage. Tomorrow is the penultimate day of the mission. The cadets who didn't make it into the shuttle will find out just what's been going on for the last month. So they're going to get the big picture tomorrow. So we've got cadets in the barracks. They're revealed tomorrow, and the day after, the big one, when I'll see you two again. So join me then. This has been Space Cadets. I'm off. 10-0. See you later, lads. Good job.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Space Cadets, the satellite show is just starting over in E4 now. And do you think you could cut it as a Space Cadet? Go to channel4.com/Space Cadets to view the lecture notes as well as latest news and exclusive interviews with the experts. You're on Channel 4 next. Nothing all day, then two medical traumas come along at once. The jungle is jumpy in Lost.